Hi, welcome to my platform, Linda's TV show. If it's your first time of coming across this platform and you like what I do here, my dear good friend, you are welcome. After watching this video, please put on your notification bell to all notification. It's very important because it will enable you to know when I upload a new video. To my old subscribers, my old followers, to those who are dedicated, who always watch, share my video, oh, what can I give to you? May God Almighty bless you all and grant that your heart desires. In this platform, I upload video on daily basis based on what is happening in Nigeria and in Biafra land. After watching, please share and subscribe. And I also sit down here to watch the video together with you. Then we'll come to the comment section to say our opinion. You are free to criticize, but let us always do it constructively as we go into today's video.
Was put at somewhere around $22 billion, quite substantial. The foreign reserve was put at somewhere over $44 billion. This was 2007. Now, by 2010, when Jonathan took over, the balance in that excess crude account has already dropped down to 18 billion. That of the foreign reserve already dropped down to 38 billion. So in space of 3 years, Yaradua depleted both accounts by $44 billion, $8 billion. And also increased the debt. But when Jonathan was handing over to Boko Haram in 2015, the balance in the excess crude account was 7.5 billion. Yes, you heard me right. 7.5 billion. Because at the time, Adams Oshiomhole, Isaleko Barack Obama, that is Ajangbadi Albert Einstein, Fashola, Ubima Judas Iscariot, Rotifmi, Are Amechi, they were governors at the time. They took Jonathan to court that he must share that money in that excess crude account. Why are you saving money when people are suffering? They were ACN governors at the time and PDP. Anyway, by the time they handed over to Boko Haram in 2015, now only 7.5 billion they inside the account. But the excess crude account, now only 33 billion left. Which means, in a space of 5 years, Goodluck Egbere Jonathan depleted his government and all of them. They depleted the foreign reserve by $5 billion and the excess crude account by nearly $11 billion. So here come the Mr. Prudent. Boko Haram, Mr. Corruption Fighter. The APC, Egbekegbe, actually came to legalize corruption, not to fight it. You don't fight what you are. How could corruption fight corruption? It's impossible, right? So what happened? In a space of 4-5 years, the excess crude account depleted down to under $23 billion today, which means $19 billion have been expended from the excess crude account. From the foreign reserve of Nigeria. Boko Haram and APC, I hope they will have explanation for you, which further devalued your naira, weaken it, and you know what it is today, Abi? The excess crude account, Boko Haram's government added $350 million to it between 2015 and 2016. In a space of 8 months, they added $350 million to the excess crude account. But today, the balance in the excess crude account is not up to $50 million anymore. From $7.85 billion in a space of 7.5 years. Boko Haram's government, they have depleted that down to a paltry $50 million. I'm not joking. You can go and read about it. That's how the economy now took a downturn. Naira took a hit and it will never recover. You know why? Why they are depleting all of those that some of you don't know about, or maybe you don't care, or you don't even understand the impact of that on you, on Nigeria, on unemployment, on security, and all those things. You have no idea, Abi. Hang on. I'll keep telling you. When they did all of that, then they went on a borrowing spree. Oh dear. Who can give us money? We need money. We need money. We want to build railway. We want to build roads. Remember that they've already attacked all your savings. They've attacked all your crude oil source of income. They've attacked that. Now all that is left is tax. How can we tax people that are not working? How can you tax businesses that are not profiting, that are folding up? So that was when unemployment started also crippling. That's also another story. It's also a long story. So what did they do? They said, well, let's go borrowing. In 7.5 years, the debt of Nigeria, which was 13.7 trillion naira, both local and foreign debt of Nigeria, as at 2015, the Nigeria naira was being exchanged officially at 135 naira to $1. The black market, they were exchanging $1 to naira for 199 naira to $1. But the moment the entire economic and financial fabric of Nigeria started receiving this attack from these jihadists, naira started taking a great fall. It was like that. Everybody is waking every day to say, what is naira today? What is naira today? What is naira today? 500k, 600k, 800d, wala deo, this and that. You know why? When you go borrowing, my grandma say you go sorrowing. They kept saying Nigeria can still borrow. But when you are borrowing to steal, when you are borrowing to mismanage, listen to this. They go out to borrow, right? And say, oh, we want to build railway. Oh, how much are we going to build the railway? Oh, we're going to build the railway for $5 billion. But the same railway or the same rail line or the same rail system was built in another country. That same one you want to build, they built this or even better one. They built it for half the price of the one you are budgeting. And they will say, well, that's how much the budget. Sure you get after they party. Then they will go abroad. They will say, okay, borrow us this money. We want to use it to build rail. The Oyinbo will say, okay, this is the deal. We won't give you the money. We'll give you the expertise. Our people will build the rail. We will do this and that. So they'll make that deal. So the Oyinbo will bring their money. Nigeria will provide the land and the everything other thing that they will ask Nigeria to provide. No money. But in the Nigeria Senate, they are already budgeting. They'll say for the railway upgrade in Nigeria, we are going to need 190 billion naira. That's just the money for them. Sure you get? That's just for them. Remember, they've already approached people to come and borrow them to build railway. They've made a deal on how to pay that back. Take it from our money. Every money that we want to take it from it. Remove it from our money, from the source. Just build it for us. But back in Nigeria, they are budgeting of what they want to build railway. So they will be writing the billion into that. And that billion, where would they get it from? They will also go out and say, we are approaching the EU to give us a loan for railway modernization in Nigeria. EU has agreed to give us $3 billion for railway, the $3 billion loan for railway modernization in Nigeria. And that's the double deal. So between 2015 and 2023, the debt of Nigeria jumped, ladies and gentlemen, from that 13.7 trillion naira to what it is today, nearly 80 trillion naira. From what they told us as $13.7 billion or $13 billion to what is now almost $120 billion as debts. All of this debt, they came with condition of naira devaluation, which simply means you will continue to work hard. The same job you are doing, the same work you are doing. Some of you believe that you are even better than some of your counterparts outside Nigeria. You are working so hard, intelligently and then smartly, as you will say. But when they pay you that money, the value of the money, when you put it beside the value of the same wage they pay your counterparts, people like yourself, in another place all over the world, and you put them aside, it breaks your heart. How much is your salary? Oh, well, they said they are going to start with 500,000 for me. Wow, that's very good, oh. And they're going to give me a car. Oh, that's amazing. That's a good job. 500K a month. Ah, Baba, you are lucky, oh. But in the economy that you are going to get that 500,000 naira, its value is already cut by 1/4. Divide 500,000 naira by, or 600,000 naira by 4. So now you are paid 600,000 naira. 600,000 naira that has the value of 150,000 naira. That is a mockery. And that is exactly what they have done to you. But somebody else is working somewhere and is being paid. Listen to this, oh. That same expertise, I'm not talking about any casual job, oh. For example, you are an engineer. Oh, I'm an engineer, a senior engineer. I bet I don't know how many engineers actually get paid 500,000 naira in Nigeria. But I can tell you how many engineers that actually get paid if they convert what they are paid outside Nigeria to what is paid in Nigeria. They get paid millions. Let me give you an example. You have somebody who is working with the power station, for example. You're working with the power station in Nigeria, an engineer, and they are paying you 600,000 naira a month, and they give you a car. So which means that's a very good job, isn't it? But when you look at somebody who is also working the same job in the UK, different economy, okay? Same expertise, right? Same job, but different places. That same person is taking home over 4 grand a month. And now listen to this. He can afford to get himself a mortgage. He can afford to get himself the best car. He would have insurance working in that place. He will have other emoluments that actually are not part of his salary. Things that are always going to motivate him to give his best. But in Nigeria, there's so much to frustrate you. There's so much to discourage you. There's so much things there that will eventually tell you it is the economy they created for you. South Africa is in Africa. It's not outside Africa. Nigerians left Nigeria with their own expertise, working the same job in South Africa, but due to economy in this regard, So that's the failure I'm talking about. So they've done that to you. They've made sure, right, that what your worth is determined by them. And that is also determined by what they have done to your economy. If the economy is fine, if the naira is strong, and your 600,000 naira is actually 600,000 naira, seriously, it will be a different story right now. But you know what I'm talking about. So it's going to get worse. So they did that. Emefiole started printing money. Can you believe that? 22 trillion naira printed by the Central Bank of Nigeria. When crude oil no bring money enough, when your taxes no fit pay again, when they put all of that together and it's not enough, Emefiole started printing money for them to share so that they can pay salary, so that they can pay this or that, and they continue to borrow and continue to borrow. That is exactly what Ifnubu is coming to give to you. So if you are worried for some reason, of course you should be worried. Listen, even if you don't understand politics before, I bet you should be understanding it now and how it affects you and how it can affect you. So your reaction is nice, it's better. And it's just that the criminals in Nigeria seems to have sworn an oath with the devil. They will never change. Now I'm going to take you to why they are worried. At first, it is the graduation of the Boko Haram I saw, where, I've told you this before. Terrorists in Nigeria are freed, while activists in Nigeria are jailed. Remember that, yeah? So these young people gathered in Abuja today. I will tell you their story in a moment. Don't go anywhere.
No mandate was stolen. No mandate was stolen. I said, no mandate was stolen. INEC performed their work. Free and fair. Credible elections happened in the country. No mandate was stolen. Bola Ahmed Tinubu is president-elect and he remains so. Kashim Shettima is vice president-elect and he remains so. Let us be patriotic again. The elections are over. The elections are still in process in court again. Please give Nigeria a chance to grow. Natives of Nigeria, of all tribes and of all race, of all brotherhood and of all concerns, and I am appealing in the name of Almighty God, Jesus Christ our Savior. Also, I appeal in the name of Allah to all Nigerians to give peace a chance. We cannot continue to be protesting on the street.
So like I said, they are the winner of election. And as you can see as well, this is what we have reduced our youth to. These guys are defending what is so precious to them. Their future is aligned to that. If by any means Tifnumbu's election is annulled, these are, and millions like them, are those who believe strongly that if they die for Tifnumbu, they have died a good death. Now that's a conviction that a lot of you will laugh at. A lot of you will kind of frown at as well. But it is also a reflection of what Nigeria is now. In a democracy, normally, this is normal. This is allowed. But what is not normal is that we know why this is happening. These are the winners. These are those who fought that propaganda and spread that propaganda war. They are those who did everything in their own little way to ensure that the rigging is cemented for their own belief that with Kolu, they stand a chance of a better future. Now, the problem is that they are worried that other people are also expressing their own disappointment and their own displeasure with what is going on. So they are worried that if these people are allowed to continue to reject Tinubu and continue to illegitimize him, what that means is that all of their efforts, all of their hope, aspiration, and expectation, reward are not going to happen. So despite winning, they had to call for their fellow Nigerians to come out and defend the mandates. So the worry is that if people continue to protest and international communities continue to ignore Tinubu, because that's a worry for them, they believe they will deal with it. Okay, so let me tell you something. One of the reasons why they are all out, okay, before I take you back to them, normally, sure you get, Tifnumbu and gang, they don't believe that anything or anybody can stop Tinubu from getting sworn in. I know a lot of you are following the old electoral war view, this and that, bomber to bomber. But between me and you, sorry, I have to do this in front of you, okay? It's itching me. Sorry about that. Yeah? A lot of you who believe that Tifnumbu is never going to be that president, Abi, They won't swear him in. You know what you are relying on? I'll share that too. So I'll see if I'm right, okay? But on Tifnumbu's part, whatever you think, for this particular one, now only death will stop him from becoming a president. It's already done deal. They've started writing names. They've started pushing people up. Who is going to be your FCT minister? Who is going to be your defense minister? Who is going to be your chief of staff? They are already doing all of that now. And I'm serious. Nothing is concerning to them about the tribunal per se. But there is something also very much concerning, which makes them feel like if they don't respond, it may boomerang. And that is the people that believe that Tifnumbu is not only going to be stopped, it's also going to be arrested. Mahmoud will be arrested. And for what they have done, they will also end up in jail. There are people who believe strongly. Maybe that is kind of far-fetched. But let me tell you, the real thing, they don't want any surprises. Or in a way, they want to match it, according to them, madness for madness. And what is that? You see, that Electoral Act of 2022, is a big problem for what they have done for Kolu. In fact, from what I have seen, if Nigeria caught for real, take even if they take half of what I have seen in, Tifnumbu will not even sit third. I am not asking you to believe me, okay? I'm just like facts from fiction. This is what they are trying to force as facts now, that Tifnumbu won. But we all know he didn't, okay? Their argument is that everybody rigs. So if he out-rigged them, what is the difference? Well, again, he couldn't even out-rig anyone. The fictitious numbers they put together for him, they don't match. Okay? There are other arguments, so that I'm not a lawyer. I'll talk about them in a bit, what people are saying. However, that 2022 Electoral Act that some people are believing in, actually, we eventually, would invalidate a lot of the fictitious numbers they cook for Tifnumbu. If you see how they did all the cooking, a lot of you will be so ashamed of APC. I am waiting for when I know that everything is actually like in one place, and you can count on me. I'll bring all this evidence to you, loaded, uninterrupted. So they believe that once they ask the INEC to bring all of your beavers and the record, all of that together, it won't add up. And if it doesn't add up, with Obi bringing Tifnumbu's drug conviction in America, bringing other things like his falsification of his age, submitting forged documents, like on his education, his age, his birth certificate, and every other thing like that they are bringing up. This time around, according to your Electoral Act, Tifnumbu and Shetima, they should not even be in anywhere near any polling unit or any election at all without being supervised. That's how much they should not be seen around. But they are the front runner. They are the front rigger. But do you know something? I have read that Electoral Act too. In fact, some of you are referring to the SH0CK case, the Beavers Wala and the rest of that. They are facty. And that is why Tifnumbu, when he is done with INEC, he decided to pick on who? The Chief Justice. So that he can have the judiciary that will eventually interpret. Now, there is a problem of interpretation. Again, apart from proving that he didn't win, and therefore he lacks legitimacy, there is an argument of Abuja. Is Abuja more important than the rest of Nigeria? Is Abuja vote more important than other stuff, eh? So somebody who was Attorney General of Nigeria at the time had something to say. Then Falana too, to add to all the confusion. So the point here now is that they just don't want to give room for any surprise. And with Obi, to continue to educate the people about how the court is doing and how the court is working, to continue to put the searchlight on the judiciary, this time around, not believing anything that comes out of their mouth until they do something, is a threat. And that could pull a surprise. In fact, is a surprise they don't want to see. Now, talking about Abuja, they say Abuja is more important or not important. I think that's where I'm going to or should I start from the people that are telling you to move on? Now, let's start from that before we go to the interpretation part. The one that is also causing a sort of ruckus. Yeah? The women in Nasarawa, they have been protesting the rigged election for the past 1 week, naked. However, today, the person who rigged them, the beneficiary of the rigging, their governor, banned protests in his states. Because of this. And people are like, you can ban it. You have no legitimacy to ban anything anymore. We didn't vote for you. We're still coming back to that interpretation. But let's go to Nasarawa. A quick one, if you don't mind.
Given to me to speak on behalf of the women that you have seen here. The mandate of PDP have been stolen in Nasarawa State by the INEC. The reason why I say by the INEC is because the INEC are Independent National Electoral Commission, and it is their duty to coordinate the program of the elections, and they have seized our mandate. It is David Martin Mbugadu that won the election, but they later announced a different person that is the winner of the election. That is why these women have turned out to show their concern, and our outing is for a peaceful demonstration. We are not to quarrel, we are not to fight anybody. Our concern is with the INEC. They that have announced the election, we want them to revise back and give us back our mandate. Let them give to whom have won the election. Leadership comes from God. He gives to whom he wants and at the time he wants. And whoever is making an attempt to deprive the destiny of any other person, God will deprive that person's destiny. So any attempt of stopping Mbugadu from being the governor by the INEC, we want to tell the INEC rec and his people that God will surely give us back our victory. And God, they should know that whatever they are doing, God will surely touch their heart to give us back our victory.
Hello, my wonderful people. As we have finished watching this interesting video, please, I want to see your comment, your contribution, your opinion in the comment section. Like I said earlier, let us do it constructively. Tell me what you think about this video that you have just watched, and also about the platform. If you haven't subscribed, what are you waiting for? Please remember to subscribe, put on your notification bell, share this video, and remain blessed.